Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Do you know one of the things that I miss about the UK, and I never thought I'd say this, is the fact that today is the 7th of May. And in Scotland and England, it's voting day. And you think about the things that, you know, if you can vote, let's just put this out there. If voting really made a big difference to the way that you get up in the morning and lived your life, you know, voting, whilst it's great to be able to do it. But see, when you can't do it, when you don't have the right to vote, even though you stay in a country and pay your taxes, pay a shitload of taxes, we're better off in the UK tax-wise, and you don't get to vote. It's not a big thing. I don't mind it, to be honest, but it does get you thinking about all the wasted effort, the anger, the division. I'm seeing it here in Spain. There is obviously the right wing trying to gain strength in Spain, and see it in the UK. All I'm going to say is, and I never like talking about politics on this channel, all I'm going to say is, where were the boats before Brexit? What I'm trying to get across is, does it really matter who you vote for? Because they're the same shower of absolute, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Doesn't matter who you put in power, you know. If it made a difference, it would be made illegal. So I find myself in a bit of a dilemma tonight. It's like, do I take an interest in the politics back home? Do I take an interest in what's going to happen in Scotland tonight? Because at the end of the day, I've got our mums, my dad still stay in Scotland, kids still stay in Scotland, granddaughters are going to be brought up with the next shower of, I don't know, the decisions that these people make that run the country. Be good, be bad. I mean, I'm old enough now to have went through quite a lot of politics in my life, going all the way back to, I remember the day, and I was at my first job, and I was working in a factory called Beckman in Glenoffice in Fife, and it was a typical factory in those where all the women worked on the manufacturing line, and they played the radio over the tannoy to keep the women amused while they were working away. And I worked in the goods in department, me and 3 other guys, and unloading all the boxes and checking everything and sending them off to the stores and stuff, and that's what we did. And I always remember the day that it came over the tannoy and I heard this cheer around the factory, and I thought, what are those women cheering at? And it was the news that came over the radio that Maggie Thatcher had stepped down from politics. She'd resigned. And from that day on, I took a keen interest in politics, because I saw firsthand, I grew up firsthand knowing what politics was about with the miners' strike and stuff. But then to see it firsthand as a maturing young man, yeah, it's a lie, I've never matured yet, my mother says. And I think when you mature and you grow up, and then you just die. And like the clouds above me, it's getting a bit cloudy today, it is all about, you know, enjoying your life. I think if you get too het up in politics, and it's really dark behind that way, when it gets, people get het up on policies that these rich people make. these statements that people make to get into power. And what's their agenda? They tell you it's for the betterment of you, but it's not really. Because people like Farage, who are multi-millionaires, people like Cameron, people like Sir Keir Starmer, the fact that he's called Sir should be a red flag to anybody. Sorry. It should be a red flag to anybody who has any intention of voting on anything. So I kind of think what I'm trying to say is, if you have the right to vote, use it. Because when you don't have the right to vote, and you move to another country and you don't have that right, and you think about, use your vote wisely. Vote whoever you want and whoever you believe can do the right thing by you and your family. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to be able to do right by you and your family is ultimately you. So maybe the conversation should be today, actually, is, do you vote? Do you bother about voting? Or is it just a case of who really gives a shit? Whilst there's clouds coming over, there's blue sky above, and the mountains, well, look at that. All the warm air coming up from the Mediterranean, hitting the mountains, and it's raining inland somewhere. It's not raining here. It doesn't dampen your mood. It doesn't dampen mine. But anyway, just a thought of the day. Video more than anything. But it's strange. It is strange. So what did I do tonight? To sit up and try and tune into some Scottish news? Or do what I normally do, and then just go to bed and wake up and it's another day? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what happens in the polling booth, does it? I think politics over the last 25 years have shown us that. Try and tell us that climate change is a thing, whilst they seed the skies with pollution. None today though, look at that, funnily enough. The oceans are polluted because of man, because of people. Waste. There's no politician tries to stop that, do they? Because politicians are just yes men. Yes men to the big companies, to the big families that control the cash. So all you can do is forget about the darkness. Forget about the noise that is the thunder of politics. Come into the light. Just made that shit up. Anyway. Yeah, let's just finish up there. Looking at the light.